Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina. I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And please help me welcome my darling friend, Val from Dragonfly Crystals and Next Level Channeling. And welcome to Messages for Lightworkers, episode 134.
134, baby.
134. Absolutely.
That is phenomenal. I just love it. I love it.
Me too. Me too. You would have thought that we would have run out of things to talk about, but no.
No. It's a vast multiverse out there. There's a lot of things going on here.
There is. And just when, I think that, okay, what else can they give us? It never fails. They always come through. So it just kind of highlights the power of spirit and power of the universe, that it is limitless. It is endless. You can never reach the end.
Yes, you can never reach the end. It is a never-ending fountain of things to look at and expand toward and grow. The growth is unlimited.
Yes.
Beyond our imagination and beyond everything. And in 2025, this is a super expansion year for us. So
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So just quickly, I'm going to say hello to Lois Tucker. Hello, Lois. Nice to see you here. And Lois is a member on the channel. Thank you for being a member. And Aline Bernard. We've got Fallon. Hello, Fallon. Jackie B., who's also a member. Thank you, Jackie. Red Dragon. And who else? Moon Mist. Hello. Thank you for being here. And there's a few of you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you snuck in while I was reading other people's names. Honey Rose Apothecary. Hello, Suzanne. Yeah. Hello, Suzanne. Suzanne is one of the moderators. Chris Cassidy, Carolyn Cooper, Mark Wilhelm. Hello. Thank you. Thank you to all of you for joining us. Oh. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
There's an excitement in the air. There is a lot of excitement in the air. A lot of energy. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it is fabulous. Fabulous energy. And trust me when I tell you that there are forces at play that make you want to believe that the world is going to, in a handbasket.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not, folks.
Yeah. It is getting better and better and better. And every time I hear another news item or something, another headline about, oh, you're not going to believe this. It's, oh, yeah. I believe it. Yes, we're one step closer.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hello, WIM19. Yeah. So, business end of things, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I would encourage all of you to double check to make sure that you are, in fact, subscribed to my channel and that you are, in fact, subscribed to Valerie's Dragonfly Crystals and Next Level Channeling.
Yes.
And the reason that I say that is I know that in the recent information that I've received from YouTube, they're congratulating me on all the people that are watching my videos. And yet, when I check and see what the subscriber is, I was telling the girls yesterday, I'm kind of at 78, 60 something, and it goes up to 78, 90, and then falls back down.
Yeah.
And it's up and down, up and down. So what they're telling me people are watching versus what I'm seeing in that number doesn't match. So Valerie had mentioned yesterday that, whenever you're in the chat and someone posts a website. You know, like if I was in the chat and I said, oh yeah, make sure that you go over to Val's Crystals, and here is the channel. If you subscribe from that link, it puts you in as a subscriber for a day or two, and then it drops you.
It does.
It drops you.
It absolutely does, for some reason. And it may just be a flaw inside of the system, but it will happen. So don't use the links to subscribe to a YouTube channel. Please just go directly to the channel, or wait till after, if you're watching it on that channel, and then hit subscribe and leave a lovely comment. We love that. And it helps in the algorithm.
So that will, just double check, because there are, people who think that, well, I've been subscribed for months and months. You may think you have been subscribed for months and months, but YouTube had said no. And at one point, and you all know, Sherry, Voices from the Swamp, is not only a moderator on my channel, she's one of my channel members. And YouTube dropped her.
Yes.
Dropped her subscription.
Yes.
So, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Just double check. Make sure that you're subscribed, not only to our channels, but some of the other people that you listen to or you watch regularly. You know, every once in a while, when you got a few minutes, just go to their channels and make sure that you are in fact subscribed.
And may I say, that's why a lot of people go, oh, I didn't see your notification of your live show.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're subscribed, but they're not any longer, because maybe they tried to join from a link in a chat, and it only holds for like a day or two, and then you're off. So yeah.
Totally. And you know what? Love having you as subscribers. You guys make this so much fun. So, want to share all this joy with you. So, and the other thing that I wanted to mention is both Val and I offer private readings. If you're interested in that, reach out to us. Val has classes and things coming up, as does yours truly. So
fabulous classes on heart-centered, Marina's heartcenteredtarot.com. You can go there and book, or send her an email at it's heartcenteredtarot@outlook.com.
Yes. And do the same thing for Val at dragonflycrystals.store. And I know there's some fabulous things that are coming up that she is going to be sharing with you. So, go on there and check out what's on offer. You'll be surprised.
And for this expansion year, what are you waiting for?
Yes.
This is it. I mean, all of Marina's classes and mine together are really going to boost you in like a rocket ship. No, a spaceship into the multiverse. Really, there is nothing to hold you back. They're all designed for any level. You can just go into any class. Oh, I can't. Oh, yeah, you do.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't ever. Yeah, you will.
Yes, exactly. Believe. Just believe. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. So there you go.
That is
what have you got happening on your channel over the next few days or whatnot?
Well, I'm not sure if the Cool Crone Oracle is going or not, because I don't have a link, but I have that scheduled for Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And
check your calendar.
I haven't. I don't know. Think it's on there for my Google Calendar. I'm going to have to write and ask about that. For some reason I don't have any more going forward in that series. So, but the Trinity of the Soul, the Trinity of we'll say it, it's a whole bunch of names. The
Yeah.
Trinity of Divine Embodiment really is a series that is only going to be offered that one time on August 8th. It's an activation series of 3 brought in through my Arcturian guides. Boom. Activating everyone is the Eye of Horus, the divine seer, the seer.
Yes.
And the second one is the matrix of the blueprint, the matrix, the codex of the matrix of the divine blueprint restored. And then the final, this is in a 3-week sequence. And then the final one is the Eye of Ra. That is divine will, going out with divine will. And we all need that. We're sitting here going, oh, I send the light, I blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But have you stepped into that power and taken it out into the world? And this will help you actualize this in the world. And so it's so needed to have that full package. And that just came through so powerfully. I had to bring it forward.
Yes.
It isn't something that I would do over and over because it's a tremendous amount of energy, me as the conduit, having it come in and activating all of you in that class setting.
Yeah,
So,
because you're channeling.
Yes.
While you're doing that, you're channeling. It's not, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So as I was told, I don't think it would be a sustainable thing to keep doing that over and over. But so that class starts on the 8th of August. And then, there still is that both the Akashic Record class, it's any level, even if you've never done anything, sign up for that because you will be amazed for $49. July 19th is the class. It is a powerful, powerful class.
Yes.
You will go away knowing how to read the records. Then there's also the channeling class that is coming up right after that. And that is just sitting down and really learning how to channel through all your guides and angels and actually anchor that information in and get it. And everyone in 3 sessions leaves the class channeling like they've never had a problem.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. And going, can you believe it was that easy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to wait until the moon is in Scorpio and the sun.
And it's just the sun is just right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, just take the class.
It's like we shouldn't have to convince you all. Yes, you can do all of this.
Yes.
No, there isn't any more. No, I can't. No, I haven't. Or I don't hear my guide. No, there isn't any. I don't hear my guides. I don't channel. I throw that out of your vocabulary. You have all the clairs and you can do it all. So
absolutely.
If you feel the call, if you feel drawn or wish, oh, I wish I could, then just do it.
Yes. Thank you.
Achieving union is a foundation, by the way, for all of that going forward, or anytime that you feel like you need a little boost to really get a handle on understanding yourself, your motivations, the things behind everything, who you really are, the core of your divine source. Absolutely. Marina's class will really help facilitate that. So, yeah.
Thank you, Mel. Okay. And Mibs, thank you. She said, I got the stampede look going on there. Yes, I do.
Yes, and it looks really good on Marina for sure. She's one of those lucky people who can just rock the hat and get away with it. And not me. Wow.
Yeah, you're talking to a convert. I spent a good number of years convinced that I could not wear a hat.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I kind of did the shadow work and said, okay, where do you get that idea? Where did you hear that? Who told you that? Why did you take that on as something that belongs to you when it doesn't belong to you? And when that changed, that's when the Yeah, the course changed, changing the tape,
Mm-hmm.
changed
Excellent.
soundtrack.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was
Mine,
absolutely.
mine, I looked in the mirror and go, oh, that doesn't look good. I never wore hats when I was little, but even my husband will go, oh, you're right. I just don't know why it doesn't look good on you.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
There are things from way, but then things that are real.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it.
But it wasn't from my past. But I have to say, there are a lot of things like that that you can get rid of that are holding you
Yes,
back in some way, and
yes,
you don't even realize it. So
exactly.
changing the tape can definitely help you root out those things you haven't even thought
Yes,
about that aren't from your authentic self, that come from a subconscious implant. We'll call it.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's what you default to without even thinking.
You default to it and you don't know you are. You
Yeah,
don't know you are. It's a hidden belief that you have implanted into yourself from your childhood, and you don't even know why. So you have to root it out and let it and dissolve it, let it go.
let it
So
go. Exactly.
yeah.
Hello, Anita K. Butterflies, sweetheart, we don't do questions during this show. It's meant to be, for everyone's spiritual growth. So
Yeah.
we're going to be discussing the messages that we got um, from our spirit guides in terms of the information that we're going to share with you. So, yeah, we generally don't do readings during the messages for Lightworkers show, but I know that there are many other programs and channels and even some of the things that we do where
Yeah.
yes, absolutely, we will take questions. So I'm sorry. There you go. But thank you for being here.
Mhm.
So um what did you get, Val, when you said
Well,
what are we going to talk about?
this is all the guides and angels. They said expansion. So of course they're picking big, huge topics
Yes.
now. So I said, what? I mean, what? Expansion in everything. It is all expanding now. Everything. So I took that and ran with it.
Yes.
And what I'm getting before I start talking about what that expansion is this is going to take a little bit of courage from us
Yes.
because you're out of your comfort zone. Your expansion could include you going forward and doing things you've never done before. In some way, you're stepping out, you're moving into the unknown, and that can cause discomfort. Gifts, you're taking your gifts and abilities to the next level and allowing yourself to bring to um, those around you, but really for yourself, you're gonna let yourself shine. Expansion can be you actually
Yes.
showing up, being visible, being radiant. And there's just so much, many layers to all of this. So this is really about it, this medicine. That is you drinking in the truth that you are not just this little, you're not at all this little story that you've been, this vignette you've created for this lifetime or all the other lifetimes. You're not that. You are this eternal soul, this eternal being. And of course, this card, eternal life, came up. You are the eternal being. So you definitely have, and what do I have? The cardinal directions.
Yeah.
So this really, when I look at this card, I never ever looked at the description of it, but it really shows me that we have control of everything in our lives to have the conscious focus of what we want it to be. Just like Marina expressed, I changed the tape on how I looked at myself when I wear hats. That is the same thing, same exact thing that we're talking about.
Yep.
from that one type of thing to the multiverse of things, like what's my gift? I'm using gifts in the world. Oh, I've never been able to talk. Oh, I'm shy. That is probably your greatest gift, speaking in the world, the power of your voice, because it always seems to be that we place a little bit of a hurdle in the way of our greatest gift.
Yes.
But they're asking you to have no fear. Like I said, courage and have no fear. I didn't make these cards up. They just came out together. And to what? Step into the spotlight. I did not make this up. It came out together.
Yes.
Step in, expand into the spotlight and understand this. Be seen. Take the medicine of getting rid of your shadow kind of a 3D concept of yourself, because your vibration is rising. Your vibration is totally rising. And what are you going to do with that? You got to shine your light somewhere. You can't be in this box and the light's getting out of every crack. This is 2025, the expansion year, and you're being called to stand out from that. And when I pulled Pray from the Heart, it's really about you being in your heart center, that heart-mind coherence, and being in that. And of course, the Holy Grail goes with that, because I always say the heart is the Holy Grail to everything. That's your divine connection. That authentic self being in the temple of truth. And the angelic frequencies you're bringing in. Sounds like I pulled a lot of cards. And your memories are going to come up of Lemuria, Atlantis, times in Egypt. And you might come up this way. All of a sudden you're thinking about Sekhmet, or all of a sudden you're thinking about Horus, or you're thinking about Isis, or all these things are going to come in, or Ra, whatever that may be. And you're going to be pulled into some of that connection. Those things don't come up without a meaning behind it. Therefore, touching those energies again, we're here in that energetic way of really working through all of those energies. They're here today. They're here. The Lemurian, the Atlantean civilization beings are here. It's all happening now. We are here to reignite that and move through this in a brilliant way, in a light-filled way. And so what expansion looks like is increased clarity of purpose, feeling the call to burn away anything that doesn't align with your soul's highest trajectory. Relationships, right, Marina? Relationships, work patterns, even habits that may dissolve suddenly, not as loss, but as a space for making the new. And Marina's classes clear away your resistance to that expansion. They make way for it. They clear a lot of stuff out of your energy field so your energy can hold more light. That is increased clarity of purpose. So there are sudden surges of creative energy coming through this year. And that is downloads of inspiration arrive at odd times. You're going to feel electric in your nervous system, just like Marina and I feel today. As your system adjusts to all of this expansion energy, you can keep a journal or voice recorder handy, and much of that flow for you is meant for the building of new tangible shifts in the material world. So your ideas, everything that you're receiving, write some of them down.
Yes.
And there are tangible shifts in the material world, opportunities, synchronicities, unexpected financial resources, because they have our back. The universe is flowing for us with all of this. And supportive people will just appear. These are markers that your inner expansion is seeding outer shifts. And it's going to show up in some ways in your relationships where soul contracts are going to come into play, and it's going to activate those. Others will drift, making room for a higher resonance connection, like soul, your divine complement kind of relationship. And in work and service, many may feel pushed into greater authenticity in their offerings, new pathways aligning with their soul blueprint. And you're going to have upgrades to your body. It's going to manifest, and you're going to may need more rest, changes in your diet, right? Heightened sensitivity. You may even feel drawn to relocate or rearrange your home to reflect your higher vibration, which is me going like a mad, crazy person, painting different rooms, updating sinks and changing out, putting different artwork on the walls and, just a whole bunch of different things.
Yes.
And it's just a natural call to elevate your space to your changing frequency. And then there's the flow of time. You may notice things manifesting faster, both the thoughts and emotions translating quickly into reality. And then I'm going to hand this over to Marina, and after we can talk about how to take advantage of this expansive timing. And Marina may even have her tips now about that. So Marina, tell us what you got.
Well, but what I got was, and it seemed really simple. And the message was, why have you stopped celebrating? I thought, what? Why have we stopped celebrating? We used to celebrate a lot of things. We used to find joy in celebrating a lot of things. And yet it feels like we're kind of shying away from it, which means we're kind of shying away from ourselves. It's like you know that you're expanding, you know that you're growing, and yet there is this feeling that if you shine too bright, you're going to expose yourself. And, maybe there's something to fear in that. There is nothing to fear in that. So with the idea of the celebrating and so on, I thought, okay, well, I'll pull a few cards. And I just today, I received my latest Trish James deck. This is the personal predictions, and it is fabulous as always. And so I played with them for a little while, and I thought, okay, all right, tell me about this celebrating. And what I got was, and I said to Val, I couldn't have picked these cards better. So this says, treat yourself, right? Treat yourself. She's having some ice cream.
Yes.
Unashamedly enjoying the ice cream because she's treating herself. That's okay. Rest and refresh, or relax, sorry. Rest and relax. So you don't have to worry about, I have to accomplish this many things today, so on and so forth. It will all get done. It will all get done. Don't worry about it. The reward for effort. So, we tend to concentrate on the, well, I couldn't do that. I couldn't, you're so much better at that. I couldn't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can. So don't recognize, instead of thinking about maybe what you feel might be lacking somewhere, look at what you have accomplished. Look at what you have done. Look at the people that you have influenced and so on. So make sure that you reward yourself and that you feel good about the things that you've done. And then the last card that I got was change is coming. Yeah, change is coming. So we have been thinking about this. We've been talking about this. We've been putting the energy out there that we are trying to manifest a more loving, compassionate, unified world. It is starting to happen. let's celebrate it. Let's celebrate
Absolutely.
it. And where, yeah, Jules Niner says, yeah, sometimes it can seem selfish. Yeah, that's one of those things that you don't have to. One of those things that I suggest, that when you start telling yourself that this, maybe I'm being selfish, you say, no, 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 I'm not. I have accomplished something and I deserve to pat myself on the back and say, look, you can do something today that yesterday was a challenge.
Yeah.
And you can be proud of that. You don't have to wait for someone else to come by and say, oh, I noticed that you did blah, blah, blah. Be your own best cheering section.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to throw in there about that, what
Yes.
Jules was saying about this belief that it's selfish to feel joy, to grow, to thrive while others are in pain, is one of the most pervasive energetic distortions seeded into the collective consciousness.
Yes.
It really springs from the old paradigm of martyrdom.
Yes.
And sacrifice, a holdover from lifetimes where spiritual devotion meant denial of self.
Yes.
So it whispers, how can I be happy when the others are not? I must dim my light so I do not appear insensitive.
Yes.
And my joy is only valid if someone else is also free. But here's the truth. When you allow yourself to expand, to feel joy, to heal, you are not abandoning others. You are becoming a living beacon. The light you hold creates ripples in the quantum field and anchors the possibilities for others that they may not yet believe exist. Now, feel that energy. I feel selfishness inside your body. Feel the selfishness. Feel energy of selfishness on the scale. And what would that register at? It is a score for higher consciousness. Contraction, down, way low, way down there. And then feel this feeling of joy, healing, being a beacon. And
Yes.
how does that feel? Resonating. You're putting your energy out into the field. What do you want to put out into the field? Your energy is a real thing. This is why old vows of servitude and sacrifice have to just be let go. And I mean, not have to, but it's wise to let them go. They aren't serving you anymore. Empathic overwhelm, feeling others' pain so deep that joy that feels like a betrayal to them. If you feel joy, let that go. That's the old paradigm.
Yes.
And finally,
Yes.
a misunderstanding of unity consciousness, believing that compassion means suffering with rather than holding space for. So
Yes.
what does holding space mean? We're holding space as light workers in the higher unity consciousness for all.
Yeah.
And that is the best thing we can do in these circumstances with things happening in the world.
Exactly.
In the most practical way. My joy is medicine for the world. I honor others' suffering, I honor others' journeys, and I honor my own expansion as a sacred gift to the collective. And a daily practice would be when you feel guilt or heaviness of others are suffering, place your hand on your heart, send a wave of golden light outward, acknowledging their path, saying out loud, I hold space for their healing. I give myself permission to thrive. Because you're not, if you are in that ball of not thriving and feeling joy, you're not doing yourself or anyone else any good. Because initially, we're here to remember we're this divine source energy. The 3D imagery we're seeing is just a play. Like Shakespeare said, all life is a play. It's really true.
Yes.
And yeah, so when you go into your blissful form after you leave this vessel, you're all bliss. This is just for contrast.
Yes.
This is just, this is a setup where everyone contracted to come in and experience certain things.
Yes.
Think about that. They have a contract to come in and experience. an airplane going down, or whatever it is on their life path that they decided. It's their journey. It's not us to judge their journey or judge what they're doing inside of their journey.
Yep.
So always take it back to yourself and just be sending out light, because that is the primary gift you can give yourself and others. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And one of the things that you can do when you find yourself thinking about, well, you know, I shouldn't be too happy about this. Stop yourself.
Exactly.
Stop yourself and say, that was then, this is now.
I love that.
I take ownership of my joy. I take ownership of my abundance and all the good things that are coming to me. And initially, when you may find yourself doing that frequently, and that's okay. Yeah. It gets to the point where, you know, there might be, it's a feeling of a half thought that, oh, I shouldn't. Oh, yes, I can. It doesn't,
exactly. Yes, I can do any of these things.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
If it limits you, if it's an emotion that isn't in the higher centers,
yes,
it's probably not going to be the best thing for you to be focusing on or concentrating on, because it still stands that if you're in your observation mode, in that neutral, it doesn't mean you don't have compassion and feeling. Exactly. It just means that you are not putting a energetic strand out there to hook into that grief and that stuff that's going on. Because once you send that energy out, you're in the 3D drama again, feeling the pain, feeling the suffering, feeling the whatever's going on, the chaos, the all these different things. You're not helpful to yourself or anyone else in that state. Disengage, disentangle, take the 3 breaths, come back into your heart, pull your energy back, cut all the cords, boom, you're going to feel $1 million better.
Exactly. And it is, you know, if you want to think in terms of something being selfish, it would be very selfish of me to think that I know what is best for you.
Yeah.
And so I need to, when I see you in your drama, I need to come in and I need to protect you or show you the way or do something for you, right? That is being selfish, because it's not my experience. It is your experience.
And you're taking somebody's lesson away, or you're distorting their own understanding of how they're. So I love that you pointed that out. It really is you stepping into someone else's lesson that they derived for themselves to experience and find out on their own, as their own inner guru, as their own divine self and soul. So we're not here to change others. We're not here to shift others. We're not here to do for others. We're here on our own internal journey. And the quicker you get to that understanding, then your outside world shifts accordingly. And that is a really hard concept for some people to really give up the idea that they got to fix people. They got to fix the people. No, you don't have to fix anyone. They're not here to be fixed by you. They're on their own.
They're not broken.
They're not broken. They came in and said, oh man, I'm going to have this happen. I'm going to sign up and I'm going to have this spouse, these kids.
Yes.
And then I'm going to divorce them. I'm going to have this one, this one, this one. Oh, I'm going to lose my job here. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. It's all, it's all planned out. So with some free will thrown in there.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, you don't ignore what other people are going through. You can support them from a distance. You can be, you know, very I can be encouraging, I can be supportive, I can be available if you need to talk. there's all kinds of things that I can do in order to assist you, but it's not my job to do it for you.
Yes.
And how, I mean, really, you got to think very highly of yourself to think that I know what's wrong with you and I know how to fix you. Like, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Take
Yeah.
a back seat. That's not how this works.
Exactly.
So, yeah, just let it go. Know that your purpose in holding that space for someone, or being a beacon of light for someone.
Yeah.
Maybe that is your function. And
Yeah.
that's absolutely perfect, exactly the way that it is.
And I have to say,
Yeah.
even your own guides and angels, when you really start communicating, they will never tell you what to do. They don't take your free will away. They don't take your lessons away.
Yeah.
They don't ever. And neither do you, as a person who's a peer to everyone around you, and
Yeah.
somebody comes to you and starts, even though they're not asking you to fix them, they talk about spiritual concepts with you. You're just there to reflect what you see around the world. You're not looking at them, and you're not there to fix anything inside of them. And when the fixing idea is the beginning of your journey, that kind of goes out. You finally get to the point where, I mean, let me step back and tell you, in the beginning of the journey, in the olden days,
Yes.
maybe not today, but in the olden days, you would go through this period of like, oh, I've got to share this. I know this and no one else does. And I'm going to, I've got to, well, if you blah, 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 this will happen. And if you blah, 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 that'll happen. And you kind of go through that phase where you're sharing that in your everyday life. But finally, you get to the point where you go, oh, they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing.
Exactly.
But then you also realize you're not here to fix people. They're on their own sacred journey, and nobody needs fixing. They're a sacred being who's already got the wisdom and the information from their divine source. And so you are not, it's not
We
about
are
that.
all spiritual beings having a human experience.
Yeah.
We're not human beings having a spiritual experience. And
Exactly.
Spot, it is lovely and fabulous to always want to see the good in a person, because it means you're not approaching them from a sense of judgment.
Yes.
However, that means if they show you who they really are, believe
Discernment.
them the first time.
Discernment, folks.
Discernment. Yes.
Believe it and go move on. Because here's the thing. We can be Pollyanna, like, I definitely have had the Pollyanna thing, because I'm an idealist. I see things as they could be.
Yes.
Now, here's the problem with seeing things as they could be. You're going to see wonderful things in everyone, but then they show up in front of you and do X, Y, Z. Don't then go to your mind and say, oh, well, that was just this, and make excuses. No, believe them. They just showed up that way.
Exactly.
That is
Exactly. Yeah. And that, and we all do when we encounter those people that, we can walk into a room and you just look at someone and you go, oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm not. And
energetically.
yes. And there will be people around you like, what do you mean you don't like Bobby? Everybody loves Bobby. Bobby's the life of the party. Everybody loves Bobby. If it doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to explain it to anyone. You just say, okay, well, I'm glad you're having fun with Bobby. See you later. Bye for now.
That's it.
And yeah, you just when you're guides are speaking to you, when spirit is speaking to you, when you're feeling things in your solar plexus, when your gut is telling you something, believe it. Believe it.
Believe it. Don't go up here and talk yourself out of something. Yes. Oh, I knew that wasn't right. Yeah, you should have followed your intuition, your guides, your gut feeling, the whole thing. It's all there laid out like a roadmap.
Totally.
Pay attention to it.
Yep. And isn't it amazing how often we'll think about doing something. Okay, I'm going to go. All right, I need to go get some groceries, and that there's a different store that I want to go to, so I'm going to take a new route. And on this new route, I just I tell myself that, oh, I'm just going to get so lost. I'm just going to get so lost. And you absolutely believe that with every ounce of your being, to the point that you get lost.
Absolutely.
I knew I was going to get lost. And we don't have any trouble believing that and being in that, in those feelings and reacting to it and so on. Yet when the reverse comes in, that, yeah, I'm taking a new route, there's going to be some exciting things that I'm going to encounter. And then I'm probably going to find a fabulous new little antique shop or jewelry store or whatever along the way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not true. We are so willing to believe the negative and we doubt the positive.
Isn't that true? I mean, it feels like so much easier to go to that negative pole on everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it is something you kind of have to pull yourself back by the bootstraps. But how do you take advantage of the expansion timing that we have for the rest of the year? Radical alignment. Asking daily, what is the highest action or the highest aligned action rather for me today? Then follow through. Even small steps compound this. What is the highest aligned action for me today? And see what happens. That would be your thought going forward. And then also you can clear your field. Regularly release outdated beliefs, fears, and energetic clutter. Breath work, meditation, or even physical decluttering will accelerate embodiment of the new codes. So that's like what we talked about with some of Marina's classes. They strip out all this old stuff that, well, you do actually while you do it. And you are letting more light in. That is taking advantage of the expansion timing, allowing new embodiment of the new light codes coming in. And so anchoring the light, grounding the higher frequencies into action. Start the project, write the book, launch the offering. These next 6 months are fertile ground for planting and rooting what will bloom over the next 2 to 3 years.
Yes.
I mean, that's a long time, folks.
It is.
You get reaping the rewards of what you do in this next 6 months. So say yes to synchronicities, watch for nudges and accidental opportunities. These are not random. They are your future timeline, weaving itself into the now. So this is not about efforting your way into expansion, but allowing your inner being to lead and letting the quantum field conspire for your highest good. You are entering a 6-month acceleration window. Use it consciously and watch your reality transform as fast as your willingness to align.
Yes.
So, I mean, this is it in a nutshell, everyone. This is our time. The next 6 months. Let's all do it.
Yes.
Let's let it happen. We have the allowance. Now we've got the expansion.
Yes.
The two components, allowance and expansion. Hello, power powerful manifestation in your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And think of it this way. What have you got to lose?
Yeah.
Time is going to go by anyway,
Yeah.
whether, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. That time, as we know it, because, time is a human construct,
Yes.
that time is going to pass.
It
So
will.
do you want to see that time pass as you're happy and joyful and abundant and excited about the future? Or do you want to see it as something that you have to survive and negotiate and get
Feel the
through?
energy of that. That's
Yeah.
just so totally. No, you wouldn't choose that way. You
No.
want to go, you get excited, and
Yes.
live in this excitement of new possibilities and what you want to bring forward. Of course, absolutely.
Yeah. And give it a try. Invest a month in seeing yourself as being as abundant as you can be. And abundance doesn't necessarily need to be financial. Abundance can be spiritual. It can be, in terms of health. It can be in terms of, creativity, whatever. I will generally say, pretty much every day, I am now ready to receive abundance in all its forms. In all its forms. Whatever comes in, I see it as being something positive. Even the things that may initially feel a little uncomfortable, it's like, okay, well, you know what? Why is it uncomfortable? Well, because that's not how I'm used to looking at that situation. I'm used to reacting in this particular way. Well, I'm going to choose a different way to react. I'm going to do something differently and see if that doesn't change. And you guys have heard me say it. Once you change your perspective changes. So
Absolutely. I love that. That's so powerful. Absolutely 100%.
yeah.
It just, if you only get like 10% of what we're talking about, and what we talked about on Sisters about
Yes.
even 10%, you're going to be miles ahead, because this is really a crucial time. And for us to talk about this and our guides to bring it forward is just showing that you're ready for this information. You're ready to implement it in your lives. And yeah, I love this. Yeah.
Yep. And that journey into self-discovery, to seeing yourself who you truly are and appreciating who you truly are, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Whatever it is, not to judge yourself, just to say, okay, that's
You're never going to be perfect. So don't even judge yourself. Just to let yourself be who you are and go, oh, okay. So I like to eat bags of peanut M&Ms. I'm not going to berate myself for it. It's what I do.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. You might pick a body part or say, please just love every part of yourself and appreciate how you show up. But there are things you just have to embrace about your personality and say, oh my goodness, I'm not a big on attention to detail.
Yes.
It's like that. You just got to appreciate how you are. And maybe you'll pay a little bit more attention to detail after that. But,
exactly.
Yeah.
And Jules, perfect. Yeah. She says, love it. And this live has been validation for things I have been working through.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
That's beautiful, because the guides always bring in what they think our audience and Marina and I need to speak about. It is all about all of you. So yeah,
absolutely. So I'm looking forward, and I do every single day, to what's going to happen. And I don't know how many times in the run of a day that I have to either point out or share with other people that yeah, this gets us a step closer. Oh,
Yes,
did you hear that they're doing such and such? Yes, we're a step closer. And it's, you know, yeah, it's the excitement. The night before Christmas, then New Year's Eve, the night before your birthday, the night before you got married or had your first child, all of those into one.
yes,
So,
yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's like all of that into one. And, there is just no way to talk about it. It is just whatever your creation is going to be in this new 2025, this new energy of creating and
mhm,
expansion is whatever your heart desires, whatever your call to action will be from your soul. And if you implement those steps, if you do those things, even if there's some kernel of fear or doubt, you are saying to that kernel of fear and doubt, oh, okay, thanks. And then you do it anyway.
exactly.
So, so make sure your expansion in all areas of your life is the expansion that you are truly wanting to bring in. That
Yes.
is what we call the to action of focusing on. And so, yeah.
That's fabulous. So I hope that what we have shared with you resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you at this moment, that's all right. Just
Mhm.
let it sink in. It may resonate later on.
Yep,
I would hesitate to say that, if it doesn't resonate with you at all, if it didn't resonate with you, you wouldn't be here.
exactly.
You wouldn't be here. You would have come in and said, "What are they talking about? Bye."
Yeah, exactly.
So if
Exactly.
yeah, if you've been here for more than 5 or 10 minutes, yeah, you're a light worker. So there you
And to
go.
also to say you have taken responsibility for your life and your creations if you're
Yes.
here to the end of this discussion. This is you standing in your sovereign power, moving from you creating your reality.
Yes.
Those who don't resonate with that wouldn't be here.
No.
So, congratulations, everyone.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Next week, we're going to be on Val's channel for episode 135. I can't wait now to, what do they want? What do they want? What do they want to talk about? Yeah. So thank you to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you as always, Val. I could not do this with
You too.
anyone else. So yeah, I be happy and live in joy and go out and prosper. There,
Absolutely.
that's my word of the day. Go prosper. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.